Hey guys, Lancer here. Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks again for joining me while I review some more reserve list cards. Please like if you liked the video. Let's get to it. So, the first card is Mrs. Cage. Mrs. Cage is 3 colorless, an artifact. At the end of target opponent's upkeep, if that player has 5 or more cards in hand, Mrs. Cage deals 2 damage to him or her. Huh. That actually doesn't feel like a bad card. You will be targeted, but since you have this on your side of the board. But in Commander, having more than 5 cards is something that actually happens quite often. And people normally don't try to get down below 5 cards, especially if you're playing against a blue deck. This is okay in maybe certain decks where everyone has to draw cards, or you force the opponent to draw cards. I can't really see the best value in this, but the art looks actually kind of cool. Like that sunset in the desert actually looks kind of cool, but I don't know if there's actually good value for this card in any certain deck. But you guys can let me know on that below. Next card, Misfortune. 1 colorless, 1 black, 1 green, 1 red. Sorcery. Target opponent chooses 1. You put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control and gain 4 life, or you put a -1/-1 counter on each creature that opponent controls, and Misfortune deals 4 damage to him or her. Uh, you get to pick the opponent, which means that you can be a bit more political with this. You can target someone that hopes that you actually get a stronger board to maybe take someone else out. But it's a 4 mana card with 3 different mana symbols. It makes it actually really hard to get out, even on turn 4 or 5. When you play this card, you want to make sure that the person you target is actually going to be an ally to you, because a +1/+1 counters would be far more useful in certain decks. And the opponent that you're going to pick is probably not going to decide on losing 4 life. Yes. That, you pretty much had to pick an ally. So you only got 2 choices with this. Because otherwise, taking 4 damage in Commander is not that much. And while -1/-1 counters are terrible in some ways, they don't always have to be in Commander, because no one really has. Even if you have small creatures, you're going to buff them up. The -1/-1 counters might not be as much of a detriment. Actually, now that I think about it, I know I've been on this card for a while. Now that I think about it, in certain -1/-1 counter decks where you're going to get a benefit either way, this might not be a bad card. This is a tough one, guys. It's sitting at 74 cents and it's spiking, but it's a tough one. I'll move on to the next before I get myself confused. Morin Fen. Morin Fen is 3 colorless, 2 black, summon legend. Cool. Flying, cumulative upkeep, pay 1 life. Wait a second, haven't I already done this card in the past? No, sorry. I was thinking of Gallo Wield or whatever. He looks very similar to this card. But I have seen a card that almost does the same thing. I might need to recheck this video before I put it out, but cumulative upkeep, -1, pay 1 life, flying, 5 mana for a 5/4. Yeah, I feel like I've seen a card that does exactly like what this card is doing. My brain's freaking out now, but TCG 23 cents. Yeah, I'm not too sure. There's not much else to say about it. I think he's okay. You have a lot of life. He is a legend. You can play a Voltron level kind of commander with him. It's not the best of any of those worlds, but it's still, gimmicky. So I'll let you guys decide on that, and moving on. Mountain Titan from Ice Age. 2 colorless, 1 black, 1 red, summon Titan. Pay 1 colorless, 2 red. For the rest of the turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Mountain Titan whenever you successfully cast a black spell. Again, is this maybe not a bad card if you ever play, what's this, Yawgmoth's, the son of Yawgmoth, was it? Yurik. And you can just cast like a ton of spells. Then again, it's a 4-mana 2/2 that you had to pay another 3 to even get the benefit of maybe 2 or 3 spells. So the best you can be is the best case scenario is maybe he can be like a 7-mana for a 6/6. You had to do it every turn. You had to at least get 3 black spells out each turn to activate him to get a value of +3/+3. I don't think he's that good. That might be a way to break the way that this card works, but in my mind, he just doesn't feel like good value. Moving on. Please, why? Monibilia. Monibilia? O's? I'm just saying that fast because I can't figure out any easy way to say it. Sure, someone in the comment has a better understanding of what that word means. 1 forest. Summon ooze. Man, those baboons or monkeys don't look happy. Cumulative upkeep, pay 2. The ooze has power and toughness, each equal to 1 plus its last paid cumulative upkeep. This feels similar to that other red card that we were talking about where cumulative upkeep just doesn't add up to a good enough value for how powerful this creature can become. You're going to have trouble keeping it on the board as the turns go by. And it just starts off as a 1/1 for 1. You're going to have to build this up so fast. You better make sure that your mana drops come through every single turn if you ever get this out on turn 1. I do like that flavor text, but it just says ooh, ew, ew, ew. Okay. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong as well, but moving on. Next card is Mystic Decree. That sounds familiar. 2 colorless, 2 blue, enchant world. That sounds powerful. All creatures lose flying and island walk. Oh, of course. Loading ready run. That was like one of their really early episodes. I've been watching that again. This is a pretty decent card. Losing flying and island walk. Losing island walk doesn't really matter too much, I think. There might be instances where it could, but all creatures losing flying, that feels pretty powerful and useful. 4 mana, all creatures lose flying enchantment that affects all players. Might stall the game out a lot longer than you think. You might become the target very soon after, just like in that other game. So I'm not too sure about this one. It feels like an okay card for where it's sitting, but it might just have been printed so badly that it doesn't actually deserve to go up any higher. Continuing on, Narwhal. Homelands, 2 colorless, 2 blue as well. Summon Narwhal. First strike protection from red for a 2/2. Nah. It's a very basic creature. It's 4 mana for a 2/2 first strike with protection from red. It's very specific. You're not going to get the best value out of a card like this, but yeah, I just can't see any real Ogre Enforcer. Creepy. 3 colorless, 2 red. Summon Ogre. Ogre Enforcer cannot be destroyed by lethal damage unless a single source deals enough damage to destroy it. 5 mana for a 4/4. Wait a second, isn't that the easiest way to destroy a creature? So it pretty much says that if you block it with a 3/3 and then you try to shock it, it can't be destroyed by that shock damage. But if you block it with a 4/4 or a 5/5, or you use a destroy target creature, or most usual ways to destroy a creature which would be to deal single damage to it, then this thing will die. It's a 5 mana 4/4. Maybe there's a way to break that. You can maybe add something that says it can't be blocked by more than one creature. Sorry, it can only be blocked by more than one creature. But that feels like a lot of work around for a 5 mana 4/4. I don't think it's that good. It's from Visions, but that's not saying much. We'll move on. Last card for this review today. Pauper's Cage, 3 colorless artifact. At the end of target opponent's upkeep, if that player has 2 or fewer cards in hand, Pauper's Cage deals 2 damage to him or her. Wait a second. Okay, sure. That's cool. Cool. So if you have this card, Mrs. Cage and Pauper's Cage, you have to have 3, 4. Yeah, you had to have a hand that's either 3 or 4. So hand size of 3 or hand size of 4. Otherwise, you take 2 damage every time. That sounds very annoying. You will be targeted for that one. I know that I will probably be the first on that list, actually. Playing a blue deck is very good. So once again, you're going to have trouble with this one, but it does cause more limitations on your opponent. Maybe the opponent's playing a red deck, and they go through their cards pretty fast. Anyways, guys, I'm going to call it that one. Thanks again for joining me, and let me know what you guys think. And please like, and if you want, subscribe.